Pokemon Emerald with only a Spearow was just annoying, so this time let's do something a bit more fun. Can I beat Pokemon Fire Red with only a Gastly? The rules for this challenge are simple. I can only use the Gastly in battle. I need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I can't use them in battle. And no items in battle. I used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to make Gastly replace Bulbasaur, because that would make Rival Idiot choose Charmander, and I thought Charizard would probably be the hardest for us to fight. I beat him easily in our first rival battle with quite a lot of licks. I tried the optional rival battle at Viridian City, but that was just weird. My only damaging move was Lick, which doesn't affect his Pidgey, so I just had to spam all of my moves until one of us started struggling, but his Sand attacked me so many times that my struggle just kept missing, so we barely took damage until his Pidgey started struggling. I got to level 11 in Viridian Forest, so I thought I could challenge Brock. I beat his Geodude with lots of licks while he just kept defense curling. Then his Onix KO'd me with 2 Rock Tombs. I ground up to level 15 and tried again. It played out the same way, with me beating his Geodude, but his Onix beating me with 2 Rock Tombs. However, it was really close, so I tried again, but he used Hypnosis to put his Onix to sleep immediately. That fight was even closer, but he kept waking up, and I didn't notice, leading to him beating me. I tried one more time, making sure I paid super close attention and put him to sleep as soon as his Onix woke up. Unfortunately, he got a lucky crit landing me at 1 HP and woke up from my next Hypnosis really fast, so I ground to level 20. At level 20, I missed a Hypnosis, letting him get an extra hit on me that made all the difference. That was so close that I tried again before grinding anymore. I destroyed him with a few Nightshades. Feel free to yell at me in the comments for not using Nightshade beforehand. I OHKO'd all of his Pokemon and got the Pebble badge. Along the way I took the Helix fossil. I knew if I didn't say what I took, you'd all ask. Actually, now that I think about it, everyone asks anyway. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I tried Misty and beat her Staryu pretty easily, but her Starmie OHKO'd with Water Pulse, so I ground to level 30. While I was grinding, I felt like trying Nugget-Bridge, but Idiot's Pidgeotto wrecked me. I tried the Idiot fight again at level 27, and I wrecked him. I put his Pidgeotto to sleep using Hypnosis, letting me KO with Dream Eater. I beat his Abra and Rattata with Thief, and his Charmander with Nightshade. I tried Nugget-Bridge and easily wrecked all of them. Level 31, I tried Misty again, but Hypnosis missed her Starmie, and I wasn't paying enough attention to notice. The second time I paid more attention, but Dream Eater wasn't very effective, so I knocked it out with a few Nightshades and got the Splash Mountain badge. Next is Rival 5, Let the SSN. Thief was out of PP, so in order to hit his 2 normal types, I needed to use the Hypnosis Dream Eater combo, which I also really had to do with his other Pokemon, because I guess Nightshade is only powerful if you're over level. The second time, Thief wasn't out of PP, so I easily beat most of his Pokemon. His Charmeleon messed me up a little because Sand Attack from his Pidgeotto left me with low accuracy. I easily OHKO'd all of Surge's Pokemon and got the Light Bulb badge. By the time I got to the Idiot fight in the Pokemon Tower, I was already level 40, so he was a total pushover. I easily beat all of his Pokemon with either Dream Eater or Shadow Ball. Next is Grass Leader Erica, who's most definitely not an angel. Angels are not real, and to say otherwise is illegal. I beat her Victory Bell in 2 hits, but it got off a Stun Spore on me, letting her Tangela beat me. The second time, I just got lucky. Hypnosis hit more often, Paralyze happened less, and I beat her first 2 Pokemon with Dream Eater, beat her third with Shadow Ball, and got the Gay badge. Next is Rocket Leader Giovanni. I beat his Onix with Dream Eater and his Kangaskhan and Rhyhorn with Giga Drain. Now we have the fight with Rival Idiot at Selfco. The first time I beat most of his Pokemon with Shadow Ball, beat his Pidgeot with Giga Drain, and lost to his Gyarados because I forgot that Giga Drain existed and tried to just Shadow Ball. The second time I beat most of his Pokemon the same way, but his Gyarados still messed me up. The third time I destroyed all of his Pokemon with Dream Eater. Next is the rematch with Giovanni. I KO'd all of his Pokemon with Giga Drain. Or at least I would've. But I forgot to heal before the fight, so I only had 2 Giga Drains and had to beat the rest of his Pokemon with Dream Eater, which was a pain against his Kangaskhan. The thing just would not stop waking up. Now we get to Gym Leader Sabrina. After spending forever on her puzzle, I beat her Kadabra, Mr. Mime, and Alakazam with Shadow Ball, beat her Venomoth with Dream Eater, and got the Swamp Badge. After easily destroying Sabrina, Koga was just as much of a pushover as I expected. I beat all of his Pokemon with Dream Eater and got the Heart Badge. Now we get to Leader Blaine. I beat his Growlithe with one Shadow Ball, but then his Arcanine OHKO'd with Fire Blast. The second time the same thing happened, but he used Bite. The third time I got past his Arcanine with Dream Eater, but his Ponyta beat me. The fourth time all of his Pokemon stayed asleep forever, so I was able to win and get the Flamehail badge. Now we're at the end of the gym challenges. Ground Leader Giovanni. I beat most of his Pokemon with Giga Drain, beat his Nidoqueen and Rhyhorn with Dream Eater, and got the Ground badge. Next is Rival Idiot at Victory Road. I beat his Pidgeot with Dream Eater. I beat his Alakazam with Shadow Ball. I beat his Rhyhorn and Gyarados with a few Giga Drains. His Execute was more of an issue. Still not much of an issue, though. It hit me with the Sleep Powder, delaying the inevitable for a few turns. Fortunately, I woke up pretty fast and beat him with Shadow Ball. Now we're at the 4 Heavenly Kings. Elite Four for you uncultured swine-ups who don't know the far superior Japanese term. First up, Ice Trainer Lorelei. The first try I beat her Dugong with Giga Drain, and tried to Dream Eater her Slowbro to restore health, but Hypnosis missed, letting her take the win. The second try, I tried Dream Eater immediately. It didn't work. I got her into full restore range and she couldn't be put back to sleep. The third try, I used a few Shadow Balls to take the win on her Dugong, but that didn't work on her Slowbro. The fourth try, I got super lucky with Hypnosis, putting her Pokemon to sleep and keeping them asleep, but I didn't use Dream Eater. Instead, I used Giga Drain on her Dugong, Shadow Ball on her Slowbro, Dream Eater and Giga Drain on her Lapras, Dream Eater on Cloyster, and, forgetting that Shadow Ball was super effective against Jinx, Dream Eater on Jinx, letting it wake up and KO with a couple Ice Punches. The fifth time I got her Lapras into full restore range and I couldn't put it back to sleep, resulting in her taking the win. The sixth time I missed Hypnosis on Slowbro and it was able to OHKO with Sir. The seventh time that happened again. The eighth time that happened again, so I ground up to 75. The ninth time I expected to OHKO her Dugong, so I didn't use Hypnosis, letting it get in a hit and her Slowbro beat me. The 10th time I did use Hypnosis, but it woke up immediately, so the same thing happened with her Dugong. However, her Slowbro stayed asleep long enough that I could KO it. Unfortunately, her Dugong did enough damage that her Lapras could beat me. The 11th time, her Dugong stayed asleep, but her Slowbro woke up soon enough that it could get a bit of damage on me, and her Lapras could beat me. The 12th time, Hypnosis just kept missing, and her Dugong could beat me. The 13th time I got super lucky with Hypnosis, it kept hitting, her Pokemon kept staying asleep, and I finally managed to beat her by remembering that Shadow Ball is super effective against Jinx. Finally! Next up, Fighting Trainer Bruno. Thankfully, he was much easier. I beat his 2 Onixes with Giga Drain. I beat his Hitmonchan and Machamp with Dream Eater, and I beat his Hitmonlee with a couple Shadow Balls. Nice break, now back to difficult. Next up, Ghost Trainer Agatha. The first time I OHKO'd her first Gengar with Shadow Ball, but failed to on her Golbat, despite getting a crit, thus she used a full restore and beat me in a few turns. The second time, I OHKO'd her first Gengar and her Haunter with Shadow Ball, and her Golbat and Arbok with Dream Eater, but her second Gengar lived the first hit, and was able to OHKO me with Shadow Ball. The third time I OHKO'd the same Pokemon the same way, but I used Hypnosis on her Gengar, not expecting to OHKO it. Then I OHKO'd it. Now we're back to the difficulty Kanto's sorta known for. Dragon Trainer Lance. The first time I Hypnosised every one of his Pokemon as soon as they came out. His Gyarados and Aerodactyl, who I'd expected to OHKO with Giga Drain, both lived one, so I had to knock them out with Dream Eater. But his Gyarados lived a Dream Eater in full restore range, so he used a full restore, getting rid of the sleep. And I couldn't land another Hypnosis for a while, letting him get me to low health, but a couple Dream Eaters got me back to full. Dream Eater did finish off his Aerodactyl, so that wasn't a problem. But his Dragonite OHKO'd me with Outrage. The second time I was ready and didn't use Giga Drain. I got super lucky and OHKO'd his Gyarados and Aerodactyl with Dream Eater. I beat his Dragonite in 2 hits with the same move. Unfortunately, his Dragonair woke up and beat me because I didn't notice. The third time, the first 2 went down pretty much the same way, but his Dragonite OHKO'd with Outrage. The fourth time, his Gyarados beat me with 2 bites because Hypnosis just kept missing. The fifth time, I got super lucky with Hypnosis. I put all of his Pokemon to sleep before they could get in a hit. I beat him with a few Shadow Balls and a bunch of Dream Eaters. Here we are at the end. Champion Idiot. The first time I beat his Pidgeot with a lot of Dream Eaters and Giga Draining. Then, his Alakazam beat me with 1 Psychic. The second time I led with Hypnosis and was able to Shadow Ball for the win. Then I missed 2 Hypnosises and his Gyarados beat me. Try 3, I missed a Hypnosis, so his Alakazam beat me. Try 4, I hit the Hypnosis, but not before he used a Future Sight, which messed me up combined with a Hydro Pump from his Gyarados. Attempt 5, I didn't even need to get a Hypnosis off on Alakazam. I just OHKO'd with Shadow Ball. Then I just kept missing on his Gyarados. Nothing more of interest happened until eventually I got so close. I got super lucky, getting a crit on his Gyarados, immediately being able to put his Exeggutor to sleep, then getting 2 crits, getting it down to a little below half health so I could KO it with the next crit, followed by his Rhydon missing an Earthquake so I could put it to sleep, combined with some amazing Hypnosis luck, putting it back to sleep as soon as it woke up. And then, after getting it to half with a bunch of Shadow Balls, I beat it with the last Dream Eater. Unfortunately, I wasn't so lucky on his Charizard. It got a crit and OHKO'd me. Nothing of more importance happened until I got even closer one time. I got through his first 3 the same way, except I didn't use Giga Drain on his Gyarados. That ended up making all the difference. I got through it without Giga Drain, letting me use Giga Drain to OHKO his Rhydon. His Exeggutor was not a problem. His Charizard was. When I got to it, I only had 1 Dream Eater left, so I used it immediately. Then he woke up and beat me with 1 Fire Blast. Nothing more of importance happened until one time I got through his first 4 the same way, but I didn't use a Hypnosis on his Rhydon because I knew that if I did, and it missed, he could beat me. I OHKO'd with Giga Drain. I put his Charizard to sleep, and it stayed asleep. I won. Wow. I beat Pokemon Fire Red with only a Gastly. I honestly wasn't sure I'd be able to do it. Hundreds of attempts at Idiot without gaining any progress. Until eventually I just did. I won. And if you're wondering why I didn't grind for Idiot, it's because I didn't have any more Ethers, so I would have gone into his fight with even less PP. Next week, I think I'll try Pokemon Gold with only a Heracross, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, this has been fun, but Hexmaster is signing off!